Hello, fellow Megatenists, and welcome to a special video. This is a tier list with my good friend Simply Dad.
Hello, fellow Megatenists.
Because we know how much you guys love Persona 5, we're going to do a tier list of Persona 5 characters.
I'm really excited. I've played Persona 5 like 3 times already. It's my favorite game, you know what I'm saying? I've never actually played it, you know what I'm saying? That was a lie what I said first. So I'm really excited to rank the characters of the game that I've never played.
This won't include royal characters, so just keep that in mind because, we're trying to be spoiler free, and also I couldn't find one, so.
Yeah, I'm not really gonna play Persona 5 or Persona 5 The Royal till it comes to Switch. So
Okay, so let's get let's get started. Who should we start with? Let's start with Kamoshida because I know that name.
Kamoshida, I don't think he's a good character like morally, but like writing wise, he's kind of a goofy ass villain. Can I curse?
Yeah, yeah.
I think he's a goofy ass villain, but a really good one. He does his job of making you hate him really well, but on the like scale of like writing wise, he's kind of just like wahaha, rubbing my hands. I'm evil because I'm on a Saturday morning cartoon. What do you think, Larrue?
No, I think you pretty much hit the nail on the head. There's a reason why in Persona Q2 he's kind of more comedic because it is like a Saturday morning cartoon villain. But
I
in terms of all the villains, he's my favorite because he does make you dislike him the most.
I think because he's not a good character writing wise, but he does his job as a villain well. He is the perfect person to put right at the middle in B tier.
Yes, I agree. B is good for him.
You like that voice that I'm doing, by the way?
Yeah, what is that?
It's my recording voice. I use it when I record. Because he's not a great character, but he does his job well, he cements himself in the B tier of our Persona 5 character list.
It's pretty good.
Thanks, though.
Okay, let's go with, I don't know his name, Get Smoked Kid?
Get smoked. Shinya Oya. Oda.
Yeah.
Oda? Oya is the girl. I actually. Okay, so my issue with his Confidant is that I don't like what Joker does. Basically, like your actions, which are the correct choices to pick, are kind of messed up. Not to spoil anything about his social link for those copious fans who have never played the game, but I think his character is all right. But I don't like how Joker interacts with him, and I don't like where his social link goes. But I also hate kids, so he probably goes under Kamoshida. Probably like C, because he's not that bad.
See, I almost want to put him in D tier, and this is why. I do not like gamer kids. Like, by default, don't like gamer kids. And then on top of that, if you think of like the power ranking of, I guess, kid characters in Persona, I think Nanako is literally the best written kid. And everything falls below that. Like the girl from Persona 3 is really low. And I think this guy is above the girl from Persona 3, but way lower than Nanako. So I want to put him like in D or something.
That's fine. Well, I think in terms of gamer kids, I mean, I agree with D. Like, he can stay there if he wants, but like in terms of gamer kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least he's not Futaba levels of bad. Not to spoil anything down the line.
I will say that he's a better representation of a gamer than Futaba.
He's a little socially awkward, but he's not spouting memes and references every 5 seconds. He's just really interested in what he likes.
Yeah. Actually, because of that, I want to put him in C.
Let's go. Am I not the most like convincing? Honestly, I should be a politician. I'm just good at not a lot of stuff, but I can convince people of stuff apparently.
Wait a minute. Tora's not on here? Literally one of the best written characters is not on.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, oh yeah, he is. Look, between Kawakami and Wakaba.
Oh, I was about to get really mad. Okay, but
I was about to say, throw the whole thing away. Let's start it all over. I don't get no.
I want to put him in S tier, and there's no.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him in S tier. I was waiting for him, but like, damn, best character arc.
Yep.
Ironically, the game about shitty adults has the only good character being an adult. I like his arc of, redeeming himself for what he did. He acknowledges what he did wrong, and he wants to be a better person. And not only just for himself, but for the people he wants to look over. It's great. I love it so much. He's the first Confidant that I maxed out in every single playthrough because he's just useful in the game as well.
Yeah, he's the one that I went hardcore into because I just loved his story. It was so interesting compared to people like other that you meet, like the dumb fortune telling girl. Compared to that, like it's just a good story. You don't get a lot of story that's good without just their premise being let's make Joker as cool as possible.
It's a character with regret and integrity. The integrity part is what I really enjoy. The fact that he's not relying on Joker. If anything, a lot of his dialogue kind of refers to the fact that he feels bad that kids have to pick up the slack for the things that him and other adults do. That's good. You can't see it, but I'm pumping my fist for this guy. That's
he reminds me of Baofu. That's what he reminds me of, actually.
Ooh, that's a good comparison. I like that. Thank you.
Now I'm just like happy. There's no way we can go lower.
Yeah.
Who should we do next? I don't remember his name, but this guy, the Beelzebub.
Beelzebub? Is he actually Beelzebub in the game? Because I know that Kamoshida is Asmodeus.
I know he turns into a fly while you're in his dungeon, I believe.
Maybe. Is Beelzebub even a feasible persona in the game? Yeah, probably.
I think so, yes.
He's a terrible character. D tier.
Yeah, if Kamoshida is like what a good villain is like, this guy is like, at least 3 tiers down.
Something I don't like about the writing is that they try to make the villains all sympathetic somehow, but his is like, if I don't bully people out of money, they're gonna kill me. Like, okay, die, idiot. Bye. What the hell? I don't care.
Yeah, he was definitely one of the villains. I was like, okay, well, yeah, just die.
Plus, his writing was just really cringe.
It's because that one, it was so cliche anime.
Yeah, because you know how the shadows are usually a twisted, distorted version of like their innermost desires. Him in the real life, like him in the real world, and him in the metaverse isn't exactly different at all. I don't understand why. Why does he exist? What was the point?
Yeah, there's not really a point. I just think it was poor writing on their part.
Yeah, plus he's ugly and has a mullet, so.
He kind of looks like the Devil Survivor 1 guy.
Which one?
The one that's like in love with the teacher, like his older brother was dating the teacher, or a nurse, whatever she is.
I think you know what you're talking about, but I don't remember a lot. Devil Survivor 1 because I don't like bad games.
Okay.
But I do like Devil Survivor 2.
You just said you don't like bad games, and then you named the worst game of the Devil Survivor series.
There's something wrong with me because I think 2 is better than 1 for some reason.
It's because you like Evangelion.
What is that? Oh, yeah. No.
It's the anime it's based on, basically.
Really?
Well, not really, but it's
like game theory type shit that you're saying.
It's game theory. It has so many like parallels. So, you know how like with Strange Journey, there's a lot of parallels to like The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, and a lot of Escape from New York, those movies, and then they tell you, yes, it's based on those things.
Yeah.
Devil Survivor 2 just feels like it has a lot of parallels with Evangelion. I didn't notice that first because I never watched it, but I watched it, I think, 2 years ago, and I'm like, oh, this is actually really similar to Desu 2.
That's good. I mean, at least it's based off of something that's apparently good because I hear a lot of people talk about that.
I don't really like it. It's like just okay. I think that if I was a kid, I would have loved it because it's definitely for teenagers. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's go on with this. Hifumi Togo.
It's just Isabeau, but with Jess.
Yeah, I don't really like her. People say, "Oh, I wish she was the character like they're gonna do or whatever."
Like, you wish she was gonna be a Phantom Thief.
Yeah, at least her design, at least.
Yeah, I feel like the C tiers for characters that aren't really offensive, but they're not really great, which is exactly what she is. I think her story's pretty stupid.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Yukiko, where it's like, okay, I mean, I guess that's a story, but I don't care.
Yeah, it feels like more of like I'd have to be in literally the same situation to relate to it, but how am I going to be like a professional shogi player where my mom is my manager and my mom is evil and a corrupt adult? Like, it kind of goes off the tail end a little too much and it goes out of the relatable aspect, whereas Yukiko, you could probably relate to it somewhat if you had like a family business and you didn't want to be a part of it, or a profession or anything like that. Yeah,
but then the reason why Yukiko's bothers me is because Yukiko's story is literally a catchy story, but I like a catchy.
What?
Yeah, he's supposed to run the sushi shop or whatever.
No, what do you mean? A catchy story.
Oh, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name. P2 Mishina Ikichi. People got mad at me last time I said it because I said his name wrong. Ikichi.
Just call him like Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle. Him. Now does that make sense?
I was like, Akechi? What?
I like to say Akechi because it's easier, and then when they made this actual guy whose name is actually Akechi, it made me mad because now I had to like pronounce the other guy's name right, but it's too late.
I've always said Ikichi.
Well, that's how you're supposed to say it. I just don't. I just got used to saying Akechi. It's like my Kaneko thing.
You're so dumb.
I know. I'm probably in C tier right now.
Nah, you're falling at D tier, dog. Don't push your luck.
Okay, what about Futaba's mom? I think her name is like Futaba or whatever.
Wakaba.
Yeah, whatever.
Look, he has no character at all. Why is they even on? Is that even official artwork? It's not official artwork, is it?
I don't remember. She's definitely trash tier because yeah.
No, I'd put her in D tier
Really?
because they doesn't need to exist. Trash tier is for like genuinely bad characters.
Okay, that's true.
This is not a character. The same way that what's his name is not a character. Fly Guy.
I know that the only thing about Wakaba that's cool is that Wakaba and Futaba are like forum references. I forgot. Like I believe Futaba is a reference to 2chan. Wakaba is a reference to the creator or something, or I don't know, something related to that. But
I don't know.
With Persona 5 trivia, I kind of like erased most of it because everyone knows it already, so there's no way to be like, did you know? And people would go, wow.
I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know.
Well, I mean like the people who, yeah, the
You
Persona
got a friend in
5
me, don't worry.
Okay, here, I'm gonna try to find a trash tier. Oya?
I feel like it's kind of D tier as well.
Oh my god. Okay, well that's Oya,
You know
right?
what? You know what the trash tier characters are. You're just ignoring it.
I'm trying to build up to some of the bad takes, so then when like people get enough into the video, then I'll still get the view, and then they can dislike it as soon as we put the trash.
Thanks for the watch time, idiot.
I don't like Oya. I think this is Oya, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like her. I think she's poorly written, but also just her character is unnecessary and bland.
Plus, she also says that she's dating you to cover her case, and I think that's really weird. Like, wow, instead of, I don't need this guy to know that I'm looking up a case I'm not supposed to be, so I'm dating a teenager now. Let's get it.
Yeah, it's the lesser of two evils, obviously.
Obviously, if this game is anything to go by.
The thing that bothers me is that there's a lot of like fetishism in this game. Like, it feeds off of this is what a guy would want. Like, a guy would want this random adult to be like, yes, I'm dating you to cover like my tracks, so we have to pretend. Like, it's such a weird fetish that I don't. That's why I rate it so low.
Could literally just say like, oh, that's my cousin.
Yeah, there's a million ways. But anyway, she's bad. Also, I noticed they don't have the attendance here. Okay.
I mean, they'd go in trash tier because they're just annoying.
I'm gonna put this one in trash tier, Lavenza, because I don't like her. I don't know why anyone likes her besides her design is like just a lolly girl.
I just think that's trash tier in general. Like, it's kind of unnecessary. Doesn't she say that she loves you at the end of the game?
I don't know.
I think it's like something near that, or I don't know. I just thought that was like really weird. I was just kind of like, all right, can I go now? You know what I'm saying? Like, shut up. That's kind of weird. I don't really care about that stuff.
Yeah, it was awkward. It felt forced to me.
It made me feel uncomfortable. That's probably the word I'm looking for.
She's like the Nanako no one wanted, in my opinion.
No, because Nanako's an actual character.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just like a exposition dump. Plot device, piece of shit.
Yeah, she can go away forever.
Die. Doesn't she show back up in Scramble though? Strikers?
I don't know actually. I haven't been watching any of the news related to that.
Neither have I, because I don't really care about that game.
Well, for me, it's because I just don't like the way Atlas Japan like markets anything. It's always spoiler heavy, and it's always way too much information instead of just being like a hype machine. It's like too much information.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally feel that. But also at the same time, the only thing that has me interested in Scramble is that little cutscene with all the Jack Frosts in it.
No, I'm mad you murder them. I'm mad at you. Like I don't. It's kind of annoying because at this on one hand he's the mascot, so yeah, he's gonna like have a big moment at least in this game. But on the other hand, it's so bad. It's kind of like the Jack Frost being in prison or in the cage in Persona 5 Royal. It's like why? Like why would you do that? It's not.
What did he do? What he's
Yeah, what
accused
did
of a
he
crime he
do?
didn't commit.
Like free him.
Free him. Get him out
Oh
of there.
yeah.
He doesn't belong there.
I don't remember who this is, but I think this is Haru's dad, right?
Move him around.
This
Yeah,
guy.
that's President Okuma. Just move him in D. Just a
Yeah,
little...
whatever, bad character.
Actually, C tier
You think?
because I think he's funny. He's just so hilarious. He's just so bad. It's like it's bad, so bad it's good kind of tier.
Oh, like a yeah, I can kind of see that. It's
Like it's just like literally swirl your mustache. We have to have money. We have to kill everybody else because we need money. You know, it's hilarious. I think
yeah,
that shit had me dying the whole time because like I think it's hilarious because people think that's like good writing, good game.
yeah.
So
It's
dumb.
it's. I mean, a lot of the characters are pretty trope heavy. His is weird because it's way more of like an American evil guy trope.
Hmm.
So, but then either way, I didn't really like him. I would put him in D tier, but you made a pretty good argument for C.
I feel like the bad touch ginger kid that's trying to marry Haru is a better villain than President Okumura was.
I don't even remember that guy. I just remember that there was a creepy guy.
Yeah, that creepy guy.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we can finish going through these bad guys. Is this Madarame?
Madarame.
I
don't know,
actually liked him
actually.
kind of. Like I liked him up to the actual like the big confrontation, and then I was like, eh.
Yeah, because like tacting on the whole like I don't should I can I say spoilers in the video?
Well, I mean, there's Lavenza, so it's already spoiled. Like,
Yeah, like okay, I thought he was an okay because like you kind of question whether or not he is a really like a bad guy because like he has a palace, but Yusuke is kind of simping for him and saying like, oh, I'm only helping him because he's having artist block, but at the same
yeah,
time, like, why isn't he crediting his students or whatever? He's all right. I hate him though, but up to the point where he's like, oh yeah, your mom just had a seizure and I didn't do anything about it. Like, why? Who says that? That's
yeah,
so stupidly evil.
yeah. It went from believable evil, like I liked his evil until that point, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it became a cartoon.
Which I think is really funny, but also not good for a like game that's twice top PS4 games of all time.
I'm gonna put him in C, because he almost was a B, and then that was just one too many like things,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Mr. Clean.
Shido,
Yeah, I forgot his name for a
D
second.
tier because he doesn't do anything. He
Yeah,
literally does nothing. He just shows up out of nowhere, and it's
that
Flynn from SMT4.
that was like just some forced exposition. It felt really out of like it didn't build into anything. It just was there.
Like if Akechi's arc was like a throwaway for the big like Yaldabaoth reveal, then like I already forgot his name. The
Shido?
glasses guy. Yeah, Shido is literally just like, ironically enough, just a stepping stool to the next part of the game. Like he doesn't even matter anymore. Like everything
Yeah.
builds him up to being this big bad guy who did all these evil things. Oh, he's so bad. Oh, no, he poor little catchy little baby. But like, no one cares. He's dumb. Get him out of here. Worst character in the game.
Okay, let's keep going with villains. The next villain is Kawakami.
Kawakami.
She's a child predator. That's pretty villainous.
Yeah. I think not D tier because she doesn't like not do anything. I'd say trash tier, honestly.
Yeah, there's that weird her arc with I guess the kid that she owes money to because he died, or I forgot what it was exactly.
Yeah, one of her students she got really close to, he died and the parents blamed him for.
It just didn't make sense to me. It didn't, and also she's pretty like scummy. Even when she warms up to you, it doesn't feel like playful scummy like Tae. It feels like she's just a scumbag.
Yeah, she is a scumbag. And then afterwards, after the whole controversy, I wish she would make some mention, because I don't know if I'm wrong here, but she never makes any passive mention of like, hey, I don't think we should be seeing each other like this because the whole Kamoshida thing, I don't think it's right for people to be doing this with their students. No, she's literally just, I'm your teacher and you're my student. And then you go, oh, what's wrong with that? And she's like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
I'll go to
because
jail.
because she's a scumbag. It's literally just Kawakami, but it's okay because it's a power fantasy in this game.
You
You
mean
know,
Kamoshida, yeah. It's just wish fulfillment and it's really
yeah,
cringe. And
that's the
I
word I
hate the
meant.
fact that everyone just like marks her as like a positive of the game. But at least in from what I've seen of the Royal, there is one passing line where she says that you guys don't get it in with each other because it's illegal.
Good.
Like, wow, congrats. You won't have sex with a kid, but you'll date him. What a virtuous being you are. Excellent writer.
Yeah. Now let's also go to another waifu person, but a good one. I like Tay a lot.
Yeah, I like the Kemi. She's
I
B.
she
No,
B.
A.
I'd put her in A. Yeah.
A, yeah. She's a
Because
good. I don't really agree again with the whole like dating him thing. I kind of wish like I mean, I'm an adult, so I personally don't care, but like in the context of the game, like it's still really bad. But like her
yeah,
character arc was good.
yeah. Her story all was like Toru's, where he wasn't necessarily helping all that much. It was more like he was just there to witness her character growth. I feel like,
Hmm.
and that alone, the fact that it's written with the idea that this is a story that we're telling, and it's not just to boost Joker to make him some sort of epic guy. That alone made it good, and it was an interesting story. It wasn't just a basic, oh, my kid died, so I have to be a maid or whatever.
No, I feel you know what I'm saying, but like it does. It's not as good as Yoshida because Yoshida is like genuinely a good character who did wrong, and you see like actual improvement. Because Takemi's not
Yeah,
exactly a bad character to begin with, so you can only go so far up. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So like, it's not as good, but it's still really good. One of my favorite confidants in
yeah,
the game.
exactly. And then the next one I guess we can do is, I forgot her name, Chiura or whatever.
Chihaya Mifune, the
Yeah,
fortune teller.
yeah, she's dumb. I really hated this
D.
social link.
D.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's stupid. Apparently her social link's overpowered. I don't remember because my
it's
second
not.
playthrough, I just didn't do it. I didn't pay attention.
I mean, I unlocked all of them in my first playthrough. I don't remember what she does. The other ones that were really good were Tora and Tae.
Yo, Tora is so good. Like it just breaks negotiation. It's hilarious. I
Yeah,
literally just sit there for 5 minutes mashing. You can give me more money. Nah, come on, dog. Just give me more money. You got a little more on you, don't you? Just shaking them out of his pockets upside down like I'm a Saturday morning bully.
yeah, like you're these D tier people. Okay, who else is not main cast?
Uh,
This guy, fan site. I don't know his name.
Mishima.
Yeah, Mishima.
I
I
feel
almost
like Mishima's a good character. I'd put him in B.
you put him in B. I put so. My thing is, I like that he's genuinely kind of like a leech for the attention
Yeah, like
because it
he's
makes
a
sense.
genuinely good character because he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Catherine, how all the characters are kind of bad, and that's kind of what makes them good.
Hmm.
I don't think he's meant to be likable, and I like that about him.
And I do like the fact that again, it's not just Joker like fixing his world problems. He solves them himself. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. The
Yeah,
Joker doesn't go to Mementos and fight the bad guy and make Mishima the most popular person in the universe. And even then, he still doesn't turn his back on him halfway through. I feel like if Mishima had his own arc in the game, maybe like a little mini side arc or something. If they had room for that as like a side quest, if the game had side quests or something, like they try
yeah,
to fit too much in his confidant. That's the only thing I picked up on. But like I like that he's a bad character and he's not getting praised for being a bad character like how Kawakami is. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like he does have to face the consequences of what he's doing. He does. He like they do let him know that he's not what he's doing isn't all right, and it's good. I like it. I like it. It's actually good seeing like a genuine character. It doesn't have to be a good character, like a good person,
yeah,
but it's something that's real. I could see it as something real.
yeah. He's actually weirdly more. I liked him more than most of the actual Phantom Thieves, which is funny because he just really wants to be a Phantom Thief.
Yeah. He stole my heart.
He did. And then let's see. What about Say?
Sainijima, D.
I feel like she had potential and they wasted it.
She only got good at the end, but that's
Yeah.
literally just because she's like on her knees, like, I'm sorry for being an adult. No, just no, I'm sorry for being an adult. Please forgive me. It's like, okay, we get shut the fuck up, bitch. That's literally it. She's literally like a plank of wood.
Sojiro.
Soju, I like him. A, because not.
Hey, that's interesting.
Actually, no. I think S. I think
S,
S.
really?
I think he's a really good character because I was just kind of thinking about him through the plot, but his social link is really nice because it shows that like he does care about you, which is what you learn throughout the game, but his social link is about him and Futaba because it's not his like she's not his actual daughter, but it
Yeah.
shows like progressively more and more. I don't like that it involves Futaba as much. I wish it'd be mostly about Sojiro, but like it shows that he is like an actual person that does care about his kids, and it kind of shows that he cares about her more than you. And I
Yeah.
appreciate that in like a fatherly character.
When you put it that way, I was gonna just say that the progression was a little too extreme for me. As soon as they introduced Futaba, I feel like that's what triggers a lot of the change. But at the same time, it makes sense that that would. So
Yeah, like
I guess he
once
gets
they
S.
realized they made really good friends, and plus Sojiro was ready to like, jump the table, beat the shit out of Joker when he thought that he was putting Futaba in danger with the
Yeah.
calling card thing and the fact that they might be Phantom Thieves. I thought it was really nice. Like it shows him again as a very flawed but real character that does care about his daughter, not as much as like he doesn't care about you as much, but he does care about
Yeah.
the person he's supposed to take care of, and that's good.
Okay. The last, I guess, super relevant social link to me is the gun guy. I forgot his name already.
EY.
EY. I think he would be a good A tier.
Yeah.
Not quite S, but his story is good enough, and it's not. I mean, it's kind of cliche, but at the same time, it's good.
I think it's good just because I watched so many hood movies. You know what I'm saying about like
Yeah.
I finally got out of the hood and then they just die. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a good
Yep.
story. He has a kid now. He has a thing that he takes care of, but he's kind of caught up in his stuff. It's kind of like Diet Sojiro, where if he got
Yeah.
more time, he would be a really good character. But because it's restricted to 10 confidant levels, it was good for what he had.
Yeah, I felt like I was watching a condensed Yakuza game, but and I like the whole thing with the dumb tattoo. I don't know, it's just interesting to me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, and then we have. I guess we can do Igor first.
Which one? Oh,
I think the smaller one is supposed to be Igor.
I think the Persona 3 art is supposed to be Igor because the Persona
Oh,
5
right,
artwork
right.
is Yaldabaoth. Igor doesn't fucking do anything. Put him in D tier. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I mean, it's spoilers again. They didn't include. Okay, whatever. I don't know why he's there. And then Yaldabaoth, I would also put him in D to be honest.
Yeah, he's literally just like a plot device. I
Yeah.
am the god of control. Humans are all evil. Do you think humans are evil? No? Alright, see you guys later.
I do like that interpretation of Yaldabaoth because that's the same one they use in 9. But oh well, I guess spoilers for 9.
Yeah, for all 3 people that are going to play SMG9. Let's do it.
Yeah, that one guy in the server that was talking about 9. Um, it's just it's a faithful interpretation of him, and I think that's kind of interesting. But at the same time, it's just whatever. At the end of the
Alice
day,
really does a good job of bringing the mythology there. Like, it's very true to how it's depicted. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like any other Persona endgame boss starting from 3. It's just there to exist and die.
yeah,
It doesn't
exactly.
really do anything interesting with it.
Yeah, I feel like especially with 2, like the end game bosses are really tied to the story in a way that's more significant. They could have done this a little better, but it's okay for what it is because this game has such. I mean, looking at the list, it's mostly D.
Oh man.
Okay, this is the part where we're gonna get like dislike bombs. I
Let's
went
start
to
with the least offensive one, Haru.
wow. You put Haru as the least offensive. I would say Ryuji, but okay, Haru.
No, Ryuji's the best one.
Oh, least. I don't know what you mean then, because to me,
Least offensive, least offensive hot take is that we don't like characters. Probably
Oh.
Haru. Probably C.
yeah, she's. Her fault is that the way they introduce her is right in the middle of the worst possible like Phantom Thieves arc. so it's like weirdly squished in, and then the whole meme of no screen time or whatever kind of messes it up.
It's not even a meme. It's like a genuine issue with the game.
Yeah,
They don't get to explore the character, like the dynamic. I kind of wish they'd explore the dynamics of the Phantom Thieves. I
yeah,
feel like the game should have run like the group should have run like the Catherine group. They're not all the same people. Like Makoto's introduction will probably get hard. Okay, I'll save it. I'll save it for Makoto.
right. I will say that to me, the best version of like the group dynamic was Persona 4, because then the investigation team, there's a lot of like moments where you
Tenacity.
but there's moments where you get to see the characters interact, and you get to get really good like interpretations of their characters, and some of them grow a little bit, most of them don't, but some of them do.
I really like the intimacy because the setting of Inaba doesn't really give them the chance to go out anywhere. So
Yeah,
a lot of the scenes where they're together are really connected. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Them going to Destiny Land would have been cool if, the whole President Okumura dying didn't happen. Just them having events if they just had more events of the group just hanging out and like being kids.
yeah,
Not
that's what
exactly
bothered
just
me.
hanging out at the base and talking about who's who and what's what. That'd be nice.
Yeah, because that's what Persona 4 did really well. Is they would have the let's figure out who the killer is, but also let's go like to this go skiing or whatever to the snow place. I forgot what they did.
Yeah,
But
the
if-
mountains.
Yeah, to the mountains. Yeah, so sucks for Haru that Atlas sucks at pacing.
Maybe the Royal fixes it. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe no one's gonna play it, so we'll never know. Yeah. Let's see what's another least let's do Morgana.
Trash.
Yeah,
Annoying punk little baby bitch.
yeah, it's like Teddy, but if it was only worse.
I think the only reason why I don't like it is because the English voice actor is just as annoying as possible.
Who is it? Commander Cassandra Morris Lee?
I think, like, no disrespect to her, but they just made like the unlucky decision of giving her the worst characters in every single game that she's in. The most obnoxious little shits in every game that she's ever been casted in. She's the annoying green-haired little girl in Fire Emblem Three Houses. She's Toki in Apocalypse, and something about 14-year-olds being pregnant and having children really not really my thing, Doug. She's Hitomi, I think, in Soul Hackers, which is the worst character because she's so painfully average.
That's not Hitomi's fault. Hitomi's literally Makoto in this game. Like, it's not her fault that she's average.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah, to me, it's just everything from the story to that. It's actually, I would have put him in D tier if it wasn't for that thing I was talking about. The whole him running away for no reason. I mean, they give a reason, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And that interrupts the flow of the arc, the introduction of Haru. It ruins everything, and it's so nonsensical. It breaks the immersion because of how just random it is. I didn't like it.
I know what you mean. Like, he would have been D tier if he literally, because his only issue, if it wasn't for that, his only issue is that he doesn't really have a character. He's just Teddy.
Yeah.
If Teddy was a tutorial for like 90% of the game,
Bonafide?
Morgana has to repeat everything about the metaverse over and over and over, and it gets so obnoxious hearing it. That would have been bad. But the fact that, the one time he tried to get a little character arc, it's just like trash. So that's
Yeah.
great.
I think it's literally they try to differentiate him between Teddy, because the natural reaction would have been something similar to Teddy, like "What am I?" like that. But since they couldn't just do it again, so they had to be something else. Oh, I feel so useless. I'm gonna run away as a cat.
Also, the fake out at the end of the game where you just think he's going to be gone forever, and then literally in the next cut to, oh, oops, I'm back. How? Don't ask me, but I'm back.
It's a
So
gift,
dumb.
gift from Yaldabaoth. I don't know how they pronounce it in the game. That's how I pronounce it, because
It's a Yaldabaoth.
I like Yaldabaoth.
I called him Yaldabaoth. They're both like, I don't know.
But saying Yaldabaoth, doesn't it sound like it's more like that's how it's supposed to be,
It sounds stupid because everything you pronounce is stupid and incorrect.
Yaldabaoth.
Yao the Yusuke is next, and he goes in C tier.
You put C tier? No. No,
I
he's
feel like we're
D.
being too mean to the characters, you know what I'm saying? Because he's just like Haru, where he doesn't really have time to get a personality. Actually, no,
I
that's not true. He's actually there for like 2/3 of the game, and he doesn't
Yeah.
have one. Yeah,
His thing is lobsters, and I'm quirky because I'm an artist, and
I have no money.
I don't like any of those tropes. Those are, especially the artist one, that really annoys me.
Okay, the reason why I think he should have been C tier is because at least he softens up to the party later. But thinking about it, it's really annoying because he literally goes from hating Joker from Ryuji to just being their friend immediately
Yeah.
after Monораme's palace. And if
Yeah.
like the game gave him some time to progress it, and if he was more of like a standout character who was at odds with, the more eccentric, the more energetic people in the cast, he would have been a good character. But it's not.
Yeah, it's because they tried to fit so many I'm unique characters instead of just, refining a existing trope. They just had to go.
Yeah, his character trait was unique to the cast. He's a quiet, he's a calm, a little bit odd kind of character compared to like An, who's loud and annoying, Ryuji, who's loud and annoying, Futaba, who's loud and annoying. You know?
Okay, I'm gonna put him in C tier. I feel like it's not his fault that he's bad.
I think it is, but
You
that's
think?
fine. C tier is fine. Just be nice to him.
Okay, let's see. Haru. Wait, which one's Haru again?
Forehead. We already did her.
Sorry. I was looking at. So this is how bad it is. I was looking at wow, Cameron Panther, whatever her name is, and I was on, and I was like Haru because whatever. But anyway, let's do on.
Uh, I think B.
Okay, here's the thing.
She's like Diet Lisa in my opinion, and anything derivative of Ginkgo is fine for me because Persona 2 is good cast, but like being so derivative that like, oh, everyone makes fun of me because I look different from them, and that's it. Well, she's a hot model that eats whatever she wants and is really skinny, and everyone like wants her because she's like has a nice body and they always show it off, and it just contradicts her character plot. So she could have been an A tier character, but no, she's B.
I think that's the thing that bothers me the most is the whole like sexualizing her when her literal arc is I don't want to be sexualized. It's like it feels like almost Alice is attacking her character because they go out of her way to always sexualize her, and most of her even her like figures and whatever, she's always super sexual, and it's sad because
It makes me uncomfortable as somebody who's not a teenager. I don't know if it happened. Like, I don't know if you don't care, but like that cutscene in the beach where they make it a point to show her
disturbing,
titties and she's like getting the bikini out of her booty cheeks. It's like, who is this for? Like, I feel uncomfortable. I'm in the solace of my own room on my PS4 playing it, and I feel
Look
like I
around.
would die I feel like I would die if anybody walked into my room. I'm like, I don't want to play this anymore. I want to shut it off and never touch it ever again.
I forgot what game I played that was like that too. It was okay. It was a Vita game for sure, but it was one of those where I don't like games where if I have to think, please no one see me play this, like that means that there's something wrong with the game.
Yeah,
and that scene made me feel that way. Want to say it was Persona 4 with Rise. They did something similar that kind of like made me go
at the beginning of the game. They show
the
like
soda or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like
Really uncomfortable. It's
like
not for me. Like, I understand it's not for me, but the target audience are like teenagers and there's also like a gigantic audience that are older than the age of like 16, 17 and probably older than 18. So I don't know. It's just plus the people who are developing it are adults and
they're mostly over. What was the average age for Alice? I think it was either 30 or 40.
30. Yeah, something around that. I don't know.
But then all the people who are in charge are like 40, 50. So, well, actually, no. They're only 50 above the people that are in charge. Anyway, point is,
bro.
Point is, it's weird, and yeah, she is kind of like a Ginkgo derivative, and that's fine, I guess. Let's go to the other derivative, the Junpei derivative. I think that he's fine. He's a better Junpei than Yosuke.
I think he's A tier.
Okay, so here's the thing. I like his story, but they do this dumb thing where they make him as like idiotic as possible at all times in the story, and I don't know why.
He reminds me of myself in the sense that he's a very brash character that
Yeah, he's
has good
brash.
intentions, but he's stupid. I'm not
Yeah,
saying that I'm stupid. Okay, I am saying I'm stupid, but like I hate how they treated him throughout the entire game.
I do
He
too.
could have. I like the fact that he was a human character that makes mistakes, somebody that acknowledges mistakes and wants to work past the mistakes. He doesn't get to do any of that. Once
Yeah,
the Kamoshida Palace is over, he's basically just I'm gonna say the F word. I'm gonna say the frick word. I'm gonna say the same thing over and over and over again. You had a
yeah,
good character and you just threw it away for absolutely no reason.
yeah. He is actually my favorite of the Phantom Thieves, and it bothers me so much that even inside the box arts for like I think Scramble does it, where he's getting hit in the face by the shadow, and I'm like, why?
Yeah,
Like
he's
it's
literally just comic relief, and it's pissing me off so much.
yeah, it's I don't it's a disgrace. He's actually interesting, and they're just throwing it away.
Yeah.
Let's
But
go to someone
honestly,
who's oatmeal, or do you want to keep talking about him?
I think the last thing I probably want to say was like, honestly, I feel like it was probably better they did that, like instead of giving him a Yusuke thing where they just or an on thing where they just basically go back on his character.
Yeah, that's true,
Rather
but
end it there than. But yeah, for a 100-hour RPG, it's kind of whack having him
it's like
be
70
the
hours.
same, yeah, the same character trait for like the entire thing.
It's just that there's like one of the things that he does is the being loud about being the Phantom Thieves, being very unsubtle about it, and that's
Yeah.
very teenagery. Like I liked it because I'm like that's what a teenager would do. They want the attention for doing the thing, but they also know that they shouldn't be doing that because it'll garner attention. So it made sense to me, but then they just kept doing it, and I was like, when is he going to realize that he shouldn't do that? And it's
Yeah.
just, yeah. But anyway, let's go to oatmeal character, Makoto. I almost want to put her in trash tier, but
I was about to say trash, but she's
I don't.
trash.
I
I
feel
think
like
she's trash here.
I feel like they wanted her to be the main romance, and that because of that, they had to make her as plain as possible. So
What do you mean plain? She's like literally OC tier. She's so smart, but a little shy and insecure, but
oh
everybody
yeah,
like
but I don't mean like plain, like as in she has no. I mean
personality.
personality. What I mean is she's plain like she's the ideal girl.
Oh, she's like the everyman.
yeah, she's literally she's like she does well. She's not ugly. Well, I mean she's ugly, but supposedly she's not ugly. And then she comes into her womanhood when she starts riding that motorcycle, I guess.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about her is what I was gonna bring up when we were talking about Haru is that it would have been a really good character dynamic because at the start when she's introduced, the Phantom Thieves don't trust her. They don't like her. They think she's just the dog of like the principal. She's out to get them. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a good dynamic. It would have been nicer to see them ease in on trusting her the same way I would have liked Yusuke to ease into the guys. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't. They just immediately go from hating her fucking guts, literally,
to
because
she's
she
the-
blackmailed them to get into the metaverse. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Just
yep.
watch them do the Phantom Thieves things. But immediately when she unlocks her powers, they're just like, "Oh, we're friends now." What?
Yep.
Why? I don't know. Plus,
Well,
they just try to make her way too smart, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, it breaks the so like if Ryuji is like a believable teenager, she's the like what like the anime teenager.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Okay, speaking of anime, Futaba, she's trash.
Trash.
I
Just get out of here.
Yeah, I hate that the way they introduce her. I work with people with disabilities, so it bothers me that they tried to do this weird dynamic where she's probably autistic just for the first
They don't
10 minutes.
confirm it, but they say Sojiro literally goes like she has some social issues just like her mother. What does that
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, what they really meant, I mean, I think that's a mistranslation probably because she's definitely like supposed to be a Hikikomori or whatever.
What does that mean?
It's like the trope where people in Japan they isolate themselves because they'd rather just be alone and play games and watch anime than like be a normal human.
Oh, she's a neat.
Yeah, it's neat. That's literally what it is. She's supposed to be a hickey at first, but it makes no sense because after you meet her, she suddenly becomes the gamer girl, like Twitch girl or whatever.
Yeah, quirky, makes references to video games. She shit talks everybody.
To the point of being
Everybody.
unlikable, in my opinion, to the point of being unlikable.
I think it's unlikable. Yeah, I agree with that, but I hate it because it just goes against her character. This is somebody that literally breaks down to the point where like she can't move or speak. Sometimes gets on knees and covers her head. Like literally has a panic attack when people like she don't know walks into a building and people she don't like walk in the building. Remember, like every single cutscene where somebody would walk into
Yep.
LeBlanc and she hides behind either Sojiro or Joker. This is the same person who in the metaverse is just shit talking everybody.
It
I don't get it.
so to me it kind of fits in the sense that, I know that with some people with disabilities, when they get used to you, they'll open up, but then they'll always like kind of return to their shell if someone else is introduced to the mix.
Hmm.
There's that, which I'm like, okay, but at the same time she's definitely doesn't have a disability. And then I guess it could also be like the comparison between like when you're gaming and you're playing Call of Duty, you're gonna trash
Hanging out
out.
with the boys, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, I
versus
feel like she's not reflective of someone with social issues or any kind of disability. She was actually, if you kind of spin it in the way of saying that she reflects the modern day, like, antisocial natures of people who, patrol Discord every day, who patrol Twitter,
yep,
patrol
yep.
Reddit every single day. I know that's not what they were going for because they're not that smart. I don't think they would be that smart, and they make no reference at all to something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Mm-hmm.
they spun it that way, she would have been like 10 out of 10 perfect. Not a good character 'cause she'd still be annoying as hell, but like perfect representation of what they were going for. But they missed the mark entirely. They could have just done something better, but they didn't. And they made her the worst character in the game. No, not the worst, the second worst.
Yeah, it bothers me because I guess what bothers me about her the most is that despite every single flaw we talked about, she's like one of the most favorites. When they released her Nendoroid, like for context, when they released Morgana's, it sold out immediately. When they released Joker's, it sold out immediately. And when they released hers, it sold out immediately. But hers, when people were trying to resell it, they're selling it for like $150. But then when they're trying to resell Morgana, it was like just $70, so like $20 more than its original price. Because she's way more popular. All of her like cosplay stuff sold out really quickly. Even her dumb, they made like headphones that were collaboration headphones, and even though they're like $200, they sold out immediately.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's
I
just
don't
like,
know. It's just pandering to the type of people that enjoy this kind of game. So, the people who enjoy
yeah,
it will enjoy it, and the people who don't won't play the game. You know what I'm saying? And
that's
it's really
fair.
annoying. But like, it's still not a good character. Like, obviously, people like it because the people who are that, like, people who buy these kind of games and play the kind of games and like go dumb for these kind of games are, they're futabas. They're losers. There's nothing wrong with being a loser. It's just like don't put your personal bias and try to say it's a good character because you as a
That's
loser
that's
can
where
relate to the loser for being a loser.
that's where the dislike came in right there. They were listening to us when we were talking about it because we were making thoughtful observations. Right there, that's when the dislike hit.
Because it offended them personally.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Okay, now the two mask.
Sabotaging your channel. It's
That's
over.
that's fine. I don't mind losing the 1,000 subscribers.
Congrats on 1,000 subscribers, by the way, though.
Thank you. Let's go with Goro.
Trash tier. Worst character in the game.
I wouldn't say worst because Futaba's, but
No, I think because Akechi is way more plot relevant and he comes out of nowhere. Worst character in the
Sure.
game, bar none. You know what I'm saying? He's a plank of wood. Actually, no, that's offensive because Plank from Ed, Edd and Eddy is infinitely a better character than Goro Akechi.
that's because he had plot lines. The crazy thing is you get a lot. Have you ever watched the in between commercials that they do for Cartoon Network? Because they had like a song just for Plank, and it was
No,
actually a
no,
really good
no.
song. I'll show you after we're done.
Yeah, please do. I want to see that.
It's I mean, it's just like a weird folk song, but it's good. It's like it's high effort, and it's still better than Goro Akechi. My problem with him is it's nonsensical. It's so patterned. After like 3 and 4, we already had this exact thing happen twice. So
Yeah, somebody really close to the party ends up being a traitor for some weird ass reason. Has a tragic backstory. Oh, well, in the case of the P3 guy, he didn't really have one. He's just
no,
nutso.
yeah,
But like, he's a tragic backstory. Shows he's just a little baby. He was such a sympathetic villain. Oh, his mom didn't like him, and nobody really saw him as anything important. Wham! Shut
No,
up,
yeah, he reminded
bitch.
me of that guy, the one that went and tried to kill a bunch of people because he was incel. I can't remember his
He's an
name,
incel. Yeah, Gorokachi's an incel. Though. Oh my
but you know who I'm
god.
talking about, though. The
I know.
one,
Yeah, I know
yeah,
exactly who you're talking about.
that's who he reminds me of, and I don't know why anyone like is puts him on a pedestal. He looks nice, I guess, but I don't even like his design actually. Nothing about him.
He looks sweaty.
Yeah, he looks sticky, like or oil, not
He
sticky,
looks like he sweats pizza grease.
greasy. That's what he looks like. He looks like if you touched his skin, you would have a gross film on your hands,
Yeah,
and I don't like that. And then his eyes
I
are
feel
like,
like I feel like that's good for the design of like an unhinged villain, but the fact that people go, like I said, people go dumb over him. You know what I'm saying? Like he
yeah,
just looks nasty. He just looks gross and like, bleh. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, I hate his boss fight because, like, in my original Persona 5 video that I did all those years ago, it's unlisted now. But in my original Persona 5 video, I really talked about how his boss fight is literally just him going, "I'm crazy," and everyone's going, "Whoa, you're crazy!" You beat him, and he's like, "I'm sad," and everyone's like, "Dude, you're so much better than us. You're so much cooler than us. Like, you could be our friend. Be my friend." And then he's like, "Nah, I'm crazy," and then he dies. And he redeems himself because he sacrifices himself. And I got spoiled on the Royal trailer, so I know what happens to him, and I hope that
Oh,
the game kind of fixes, if he's gonna if he's gonna be in the plot the way he is in Royal. I hope they fix that. That's probably my biggest gripe with the game because I feel like he could be a good character if he wasn't generic and badly implemented and has a bad character and has a bad design, has a bad plot line, a really bad backstory and bad writing. I feel like if you replaced all those things, it could be really good.
yeah, because okay, so this is probably a controversial opinion, but I like Adachi, and this was like, what if Adachi was written by a fan? You know what I mean? Like just the general
Yeah.
premise of him, but then let's try to do all these things to make him like more like hip with the kids.
Relatable because he's a teenager and not an
Yeah,
adult.
like I love Adachi actually because which is kind of a weird thing because it's to me it's good when you have a character that you actually hate because they're meant to be hated, and I think that that's what Adachi is supposed to be. But because he's done well, I think that people like him, and also people like him because they're weird and they fetishize murderers, but whatever.
Yeah.
Garo is like that, where people are still fetishizing him, but he's just not written well. He's written just as bad as Futaba, just as bad as Morgana, and the other two people I forgot their names of.
Yeah, you notice how like a lot of the bad characters, or I guess the ones that aren't really that well done, are kind of derivative of others.
Yeah, well, actually,
Like,
no, because I think Owai reminds me of literally just Yakuza, or like specifically Kiryu, the main character from Yakuza.
I mean, in like the sense that like it takes from other Persona
Oh,
characters.
got it. Yeah, that's
Because like the
true.
only two ones that are really good are, like I said, Ryuji and An. Everyone else that is like takes their personality from other things in Persona are really bad, and I think that's funny.
It,
Actually, no, that's actually not true at all because like the only ones that are really derivative of others are Ryuji and An. But I just think it's funny because he's kind of like Diet Adachi. Not
he's like,
saying that they have
yeah,
this exact like plot line because Adachi is just a terrible character. You hate him, and that's what makes him nice. Like
yeah,
a good character doesn't always mean they're a good person. You can like a character because of how bad they are as a person, not necessarily like
yeah.
right or whatever. And I think that's what makes characters like, like I said, the Catherine cast, like you said, Adachi. I hate Jonathan in SMT4 because I just think he's a little baby bitch. And I think
Yeah.
that makes him a good character because of it. He's just a
No,
brain
he's
little
just bad.
baby.
I like Navarre in SMT4. People keep saying
I
that
love
Navarre's
Navarre.
yeah. Whenever someone says I hate Navarre because X, I'm like, it's because you didn't do his quest. Like, you learn so much about Navarre, and he becomes a really interesting character, and you understand why he is the way he is, more or less.
I
And
feel like you can learn about Navarre just by playing the game. You don't necessarily need to do his quest. It just
true,
the
but
way
people,
they wrote him kind of makes him seem like comedic relief rather than like an actual character, which is the annoying part.
to me, the annoying part is SMT4, which Apocalypse, which just changes his character like in a way for no reason.
Yeah,
But anyway,
it kind of goes back on what you learn. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of
yeah.
annoying.
All right, the final one, Ren, Akira, whatever other names he has.
Um, Joker.
Joker. He's not bad. Like he's not trash to me. He's
I
not.
feel like they tried to give him as much character as you could in a
Yeah.
persona type game where it's supposed to be a self-insert. He's not really a self-insert. I feel like he's an actual character.
Sorry, I tried to put him back in the queue, but I.
I
So
feel like
I think if we consider him like, I think you have to only really think about like Persona 3, 4, and 5 because he's not written like Persona 1 and 2 characters that are like pretty definitive in my opinion.
yeah,
It's
you
more
know,
like
a lot of the character that they dumped in the main protagonist of Persona 1.
yeah. So my thing with Joker is that if I compare him to you, I think it's a little bit stronger.
You as in Narukami or me?
Yeah, yeah, you simply dad. When I compare him to you, I'm like, okay, he's not trash.
Damn. What the?
No, no, with him, I just want to compare him. Basically, in my mind, I have to strictly compare him to Persona 3 protagonists, 4 guy, and
As you very well might know, he suffers more than all of them.
yeah,
Every character in the franchise, he suffers so much.
So I mean, we can talk about his story. In terms of that, the beginning part, I actually liked it because it made me kind of already sympathetic to him in the sense that he tried to do something good and he was punished like unnecessarily for it. I could relate to that because I'm a minority, so basically every minority in the world has.
Oh,
Felt
you're a
that.
minority?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
I know you're white, so you don't get it, but
Don't say that. Don't lie to people like that.
Google him. He's white.
Yeah, it says so on Reddit.
But because of that, it was good, but then never gets better in my opinion. It just started like at a part where I was like, okay, this is a cool start, and it just never got better for me.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like because he doesn't do anything, he's not the leader, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
Morgana is the leader, and then Makoto is the leader, and then
yeah,
Akechi's the leader, and then it goes back to Makoto. He doesn't do anything. Like, show us things that make him cool, a leader, things like that. Don't just say he is. Like, show, don't tell, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could literally write a
hmm
character. I'll name him Larrue. Larrue is a headfast, strong, very tall, person who
realistic.
does everything and everyone likes him. But if I show him in the game being basically a little baby bitch who's actually like 5'8", a little midget that brings a
Wow.
stepping stool everywhere he goes, it doesn't make any sense. So as a character, I don't know. I don't watch the anime. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not
hmm
really my thing. So like, I don't know how they characterized him there, but I'm sure they basically just made him Narukami, like, oh, quiet, but he's quirky and he's really funny. Boop, boop, boop. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. He's just down the middle. Very inoffensive. I feel like if they did something not, like if they gave him a personality, it would be a good personality. Because like his personality is smirking. That's it. And we already
yeah.
had that. I already played SMT4. I don't need any more smirking.
I will say that like, I mean, to me, you can kind of glean a little bit of personality from the dialogue choices because I feel like they lean a certain way. Like, Persona 5 guy was, or Persona 4 guy was always a little cool. Persona 3 guy was always kind of like blasé and just say like almost like not interested is kind of what they tried to do. And with him, it was always like smart alecky, I guess.
Smartack or dry.
Dry, yeah, yeah. So,
But I think, so I don't mean to interrupt you like
no, go
that, but
ahead.
like I think that would be good if they didn't do that with Narukami already. Because cause I watched the Persona 4 anime, the original one with my friend Y'all. So I
Uh-huh.
feel like if they didn't already do that with Narukami in the original anime, it would have been nice.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, I never watched Persona 3, 4, or 5 anime or movies.
I've
But
seen the Persona 3 movies and the original Persona 4 anime. I know that Golden's pretty bad because I watched like a abridged version of that, like where it's like cut down like a movie,
uh
and the characterization is literally just he does all the comedic dialogue options, and that's just like okay,
Oh,
cool. But the original Persona 4 anime actually, for someone that doesn't like anime like me, it's pretty decent actually. It characterizes Narukami really well. And I don't know. Maybe I'll give the Persona 5 one a shot, but it's not really like if I already don't like the game, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to like the anime. It's going to be more of the same thing with a plot and character cast that I don't like.
All right, fair enough. I guess we could also. I guess since we already put everyone on the board, is there anyone we missed that you would put like in like a good scoring place, like A, B, or S?
Um,
Because I don't
I
really. There's not really many people we missed. It's like
yeah,
the
actually,
the principal, I guess, because he's kind of a
Kabaya
character.
Conway, he's a scumbag.
But I like him actually. I would have put him on like B or C.
Yeah, I feel like if he like had more time, Kobayakawa could be literally Kamoshida tier, where
Yeah.
he does a good job of being a piece of shit, but he gets killed off like for no reason.
Yeah.
Um,
So dumb.
what
Or
about the two eccentric people that kidnapped Ryuji in the red light district?
uh,
S tier,
the ones that
God
want.
tier.
Yeah, I love that they wanted they want him to cross dress. That's interesting to me.
I don't know. Not a lot of characters in Persona 5. The only thing I wish I would say, the only thing I want to say is that I kind of wish they'd do more with the good characters that they have because there are a genuine, like, surplus of characters that could have been really good. Like, they
Yeah.
just didn't give them that much time. And, to keep, like, end things on a positive note, from me at least, I haven't played Royal yet. So, as far as I'm concerned, that could literally just fix every single issue that we listed here, except for Futaba, because she's always going to be a piece of shit. But like, yeah, you never know. Persona 5 Royal comes out March 31st, which is today. Go
Yeah.
play it, buy it, support Atlas, or don't, depending on how you feel about it.
Don't buy the DLC. Support Alice by buying the game, but show them that their DLC practices are both anti-consumer and also toxic.
Except for the Deep Strange Journey one.
No, because it uses the dumb Alex music instead of any of the good songs.
That was actually the only song in Deep Strange Journey that I liked.
Oh, okay. Well, you're dumb and an idiot.
Fear of God is infinitely better. I know what you mean, but they could have picked something worse.
Yeah, I feel like they did it just because it's indicative of Strange Journey Redux.
Yeah, because it's a Strange Journey Redux thing, not a Strange Journey.
That's
What the?
that's the closest I got to reading.
You're like literally like a snake. You're just like hissing at me. You all right? You want to talk about it?
I just cast a spell on you. You're gonna turn into Morgana when you wake up.
That's fine. Can
No,
be worse.
actually, I'm cast a spell on you to make you Goro.
I mean, hey, I got fangirls. I mean, they might be really stupid, but it's fangirls.
All right. I guess that's our list. This
Thank
I
you
don't
for
really
having
I
me
don't
on
really
the
say
show,
anything at
Larrue.
the
I'm a
end. I
big
usually
fan. I'm a real big fan.
good. This is your debut. It's all downhill for you from here.
Yeah, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Links in the description. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
I got a
don't
couple
do
of
that. I don't like to say that stuff because to
Yeah, it's
me,
really dumb. I hate saying shit like that.
yeah.
It's obnoxious. Like, if people want to check it out, then check it out. But since you're not saying it, I do implore you guys to subscribe to Larrue and check out his Twitter because he is a great person. He is knowledgeable. He knows what he's talking about. He's a great guy. I hang out with him every week. He's great.
You got to
I
learn
don't-
more words than great.
Yeah,
but-
yeah. Like he's a great person. He's great.
Great. And then also that was Simply Dad. As you can see, he's also very smart and he's gooder at words than I am. So when he talks, you can understand him and you almost go, "Wow, he should be some sort of voice actor. He could be the next Morgana." So definitely follow him. I think that if I can find anything to put besides his YouTube, I will put it there.
Yeah, just link my personal private Instagram. Thank you so much.
No, because then they'll find my Instagram, and that's like the worst.
Oh no, nobody wants to look at you.
I don't even post actually, so that's good.
Yeah.
All right, bye, fellow Mega Tennis. Do you want to say bye?
That's it. Yeah, goodbye, fellow Megatenists.